The U.S. military's new unmanned vessel has been launched for sea trials, achieving true, fully autonomous operation. Prior to this, the unmanned vessels already in service with the U.S. military, including the Ghost Fleet, were not truly unmanned. They all required human operators to ensure system functionality. However, the newly launched NOMARS USV Defiant unmanned vessel is capable of sailing for over a year without any crew on board. This marks a significant upgrade to the U.S. military's distributed warfare concept and signals a shift in U.S. naval strategy. Now, the question arises, what are the performance capabilities of Defiant? And what is the significance of its sea trials for the U.S. Navy? According to the War Zone report on March 4th, the U.S. Navy's latest Defiant unmanned vessel was launched in Washington state. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency confirmed that USV Defiant was completed in early March and launched in Puget Sound, north of Seattle. It is scheduled for several months of sea trials in the spring, followed by a large-scale demonstration to prove its capability for long-term autonomous operation without human supervision. From the images released by DARPA, most of Defiant deck is covered with tarpaulin, but its hull shape and exposed mast largely match the previously published renderings. In pre-launch photos, a small mast was visible near the bow, but it disappeared after launch, possibly due to electronic interference testing. Based on its visible structure, Defiant features a clipper bow with a V-shaped cross-section. This design reduces underwater resistance, facilitating high-speed navigation. However, it also comes with drawbacks, such as reduced maneuverability and increased susceptibility to rolling in rough seas. To counteract this, Defiant incorporates bilge keels for improved stability. The vessel's midsection features an integrated mast equipped with navigation radar and multiple antennas. The defining feature of Defiant is its complete autonomy. Previous unmanned vessels in the U.S. military, such as the Sea Hunter and Vanguard of the Ghost Fleet, could not achieve this level of autonomy. In 2020, DARPA launched the No Manning Required Ship program, aiming to develop an unmanned vessel capable of extended autonomous operation at sea. In 2022, the U.S. division of British company Serco Group became the primary contractor and was tasked with building a technology demonstrator, now known as Defiant. The vessel is 54.8 meters long, with a displacement of 240 tons, classifying it as a medium-sized unmanned surface vessel. Its key innovation is the elimination of any need for crew members. Unlike previous unmanned vessels that still required personnel to monitor system functionality, Defiant has removed all human-related facilities, such as crew quarters, kitchens, and passageways. This design significantly saves space and weight, allowing more payloads to be installed for mission flexibility. Because of its fully unmanned design, Defiant features a completely sealed compartment structure filled with low-density composite foam to enhance buoyancy. As a result, despite its clipper bow, it can still withstand sea state 7 conditions. Additionally, Defiant incorporates a graceful degradation concept, meaning that even if individual systems fail, built-in redundancies ensure the vessel maintains a speed of 15 knots and full operational capability. This allows Defiant to retain its performance even after a year at sea, whereas the Ghost Fleet vessels could only operate independently in Sea State 5 for 90 days. This raises a critical question. Defiant is not nuclear-powered, so how can it sustain a continuous year-long voyage? On December 19, 2024, DARPA reported on its official website that under the No Manning Required Ship program, the unmanned vessels Ranger and Mariner successfully completed their first at-sea autonomous refueling test. Traditionally, at-sea refueling involves suspending a fuel hose via a pre-rig cable between the two vessels. Before that, crew members must manually capture and secure the guideline fired from the refueling ship, meaning that human participation is required for the receiving vessel. While the U.S. military could send personnel to an unmanned vessel before refueling, this poses significant safety risks, especially in high sea states. The NOMARS program aims to eliminate the need for crew involvement by keeping personnel on the refueling ship and enabling the unmanned vessel to handle the process autonomously. During the refueling test, Ranger was fitted with a simulated refueling station mimicking the one on Defiant, while Mariner carried a custom-built miniature refueling station developed by Serco. Although there were crew members on board both vessels during the test, they did not intervene, and Ranger's refueling system operated autonomously, proving the feasibility of at-sea autonomous refueling for unmanned vessels. Beyond these advantages, Defiant also offers a cost-effective solution, helping to mitigate the U.S. shipbuilding industry's production capacity constraints. According to Serco, a basic Defiant without additional mission systems costs approximately $25 million, significantly lower than the $240 million price tag of unmanned vessels in the Ghost fleet. Furthermore, Defiant is highly producible. It does not require traditional large-scale shipyards for construction. It can be built at Tier 3 shipyards capable of producing small naval and auxiliary vessels, and in extreme cases, even railway manufacturers could take on its production. The operational effectiveness of Defiant depends largely on its modular payloads, which can be adapted for air defense, anti-ship, or anti-submarine warfare. According to the U.S. Navy's plans, medium and large unmanned surface vessels will be equipped with Mark 41, Mark 57, and Mark 70 launch systems, transforming them into low-cost, high-lethality missile arsenal ships. These unmanned vessels equipped with missile launch systems will serve as distributed maritime weapon platforms. Renderings in previous design models suggest that Defiant has extensive open deck space both in front of and behind the main mast, allowing for flexible payload deployment. Official models displayed in earlier exhibitions indicate that a standard containerized module can be installed at the rear deck. The U.S. Navy is currently planning to equip Freedom-class and Independence-class littoral combat ships with the Mark 70 containerized launch system, capable of launching Standard Missile-6 and Tomahawk missiles. As for target acquisition, that responsibility falls to other naval assets. In future distributed maritime operations, Defiant will not need to detect enemy targets on its own. U.S. Navy destroyers and amphibious assault ships are already equipped with remote communication and control capabilities for unmanned vessels. In September 2022, the Navy successfully tested an unmanned vessel launching a Standard Missile-6 to intercept various aerial and maritime threats. On Defiant forward deck, a BAE Systems adaptive deck launcher is installed. This launch system is compatible with Mark 41 vertical launchers and can deploy a variety of weapons, including air defense, anti-ship, land attack missiles, and rocket-assisted torpedoes. Beyond Defiant, Serco is also developing a larger unmanned vessel under the NOMARS program, known as Dauntless. This vessel can be fitted with 4 ADL systems or other mission-specific payloads. The successful sea trials of Defiant mark a new chapter in the development of U.S. Navy unmanned vessels and signal an impending shift in naval strategy. At the core of unmanned naval operations is the concept of distributed maritime operations, which was proposed in 2017. The central idea is to disperse naval forces, moving command centers and large warships beyond the range of adversary long-range strikes, while unmanned platforms take the frontline role in reconnaissance and offensive operations. The concept emphasizes the coordination of manned and unmanned platforms across vast time and space. To a certain extent, the Navy's primary need is simply for mobile, controllable maritime platforms, with combat effectiveness determined by payloads rather than the platform itself. For example, Defiant is not inherently armed. Its role depends on what payload it carries. If equipped with anti-ship missiles, it serves an anti-ship role. In this context, the payload is the primary factor, while the platform's size or aesthetics have little impact on mission execution. This makes small to medium-sized unmanned surface vessels highly valuable. They are easier to build, cost-effective, and have superior stealth capabilities, making them harder to detect and target in combat.